Hello children, today we'll be doing unit 3.3, A Crow in the House. This is a very interesting story about a small boy and a new friend, that is a crow that he has met, and how the crow tries to create so much of problems for that boy as days pass by. So now what happens is there is a crow which is hurt, which is hurt and has fallen down from its net on the road and is injured. And that crow was in danger of being crushed by a cart, a bullock cart or some vehicle, or it can also be killed by a cat. Now what happened? There was this boy who saw this crow. He felt pity on that crow because he thought that something might kill it or he might be crushed by some vehicle. So that is why, looking at his condition, the boy took this crow home and he started feeding that crow with the help of his grandmother. So grandmother and that boy did their best to take care of that crow. They sometimes, what used to happen, the crow was unconscious, so they used to open that crow's beak very gently with the help of a pencil and try to feed that crow some bread, milk and many different things. Every day they tried different food so that he may get well soon. They also had a homemade plum wine which his grandmother had made. So that was really helpful for that crow to get well soon. So as the crow was very young, that means the crow was a small one. So this crow, as days went by, started recovering from his wound. So he was offered his freedom. That means the crow was not put into a cage. He was just let off in the house very freely. That crow which was there, instead of going or flying off outside, it made himself a guest in the house. He never left the house. He stayed inside the house. So grandmother and Aunt Mabel and some of grandfather's pets objected it. Means what? They did not like the crow living in the house because a crow always creates mischievous behavior. So they wanted to get rid of that bird. So the boy who was there, he told that he would take care of that crow. He took over the administration of the house. We were not sure that he was a male, but he was called as Caesar. So they also kept the crow's name as Caesar. Before long, Caesar was joining us at meal times. So Caesar, that is a crow, always used to join the family, that is a boy and the grandmother and Aunt Mabel during the meals. He used to always join them. Besides finding his own grubs in beetles in the garden, he also used to go out in the garden and eat some rubbish out from outside, or beetles, that is an insect. He danced about in the dining table and gave us no peace until he had been given his small bowl. So he used to always irritate them when they used to eat. Only then he used to be quiet when he was given a bowl of meat. He used to enjoy those, and also some soup and vegetables. This crow slowly started getting restless and he was fidgeting with each and everything. He used to always fidget and trouble things and try to tear clothes and papers. He would just hop, jump from one table to some other different sofa or a bed. He used to tear the newspaper into shreds, that he used to tear the paper into small tiny pieces. He even tried to break a flower vase. He also used to run behind dogs and try to catch their tail with his beak. So he was becoming a very big mischievous crow now. That crow will be the ruin of us. So now this grandmother, who did not want this crow in the house, she said that this crow will just destroy us, picking marigold off the carpet. So this crow was like literally destroying each and everything, even the plants in the garden, everything. You can't keep him in cage. So they wanted to keep him, that is a crow, Caesar, in the cage. But this crow would have made it much more difficult for them to live in the house inside the cage. Because if he would be kept in the cage, he would continuously scream, caw, caw, and he would flap his feathers, wings. So it was better that he was kept outside rather than inside the cage. Grandfather said this was because he was really a jungle crow. So this crow which is there, Caesar, never mingled or went outside or never tried to communicate with the other crows, because this crow was a forest crow. He was a jungle crow. He never liked or he even never went near the other crows who was seated outside in the tree. He always wanted to be with these family. He also troubled a bird which was already there with them. There was a hornbill which they already had as a pet. So this crow, Caesar, also troubled this bird by pecking him on inside the cage with his beak. So even the bird hornbill got angry with the crow. Even he started trying to defend himself from inside that cage, as ravens sometimes do in a cracked, throaty voice. He would sit for hours outside the window, banging on the glass with his beak and calling hello, hello. So now this crow also started learning to speak. Okay, he started saying hello, hello, sitting near the window, and would come to the door with a hop, skip, jump, saying hello, hello. I had also taught him to sit on my arm. So this boy had taught him many things, like saying hello, hello, sitting on the arm or the shoulder, or saying kiss, kiss. So there were many things which the boy had taught this crow, Caesar. On one of Aunt Mabel's visit, so one day when Aunt Mabel visited this boy's house, Caesar alighted on her arm. That means Caesar from behind just came and sat on that Aunt Mabel's arm. That crow started looking at Aunt Mabel and cackled. Cackled means what? Made a sound and said kiss, kiss. So Aunt Mabel just came forward and brought her cheeks ahead. But suddenly what happened? Aunt Mabel had spectacles. She wore specs. So those specs were sparkling. Okay, they were gleaming. Gleaming means what? Sparkling. So this crow just got attracted toward the spectacles and just started thrusting. Thrusting means what? Started banging on that frame of that spectacles. And now this aunt was very angry with that crow, because she thought that the crow was coming to kiss it. But he knocked on that spectacles frame. So she just knocked him off. So Aunt Mabel anyhow did not like any of the animals or any pets in the house. So grandmother said that this crow is not a pet, it is a pest. What is a pest? Pest means those kind of animals which you do not keep in the house, because they are not good inside the house. So if he has restricted his activities to our own house, it would not have been bad. Now there is another danger that was arriving. First of all, this crow had irritated everyone inside the house, that is Aunt Mabel, grandfather, grandmother, as well as a boy. Now this was okay. Till now it was okay. But now this crow, Caesar, he started going outside. That is, he started visiting their neighbors. And not only did he visit their neighbors, but also started stealing different items, different things like pen, pencil, hair ribbons, combs, key, shuttlecocks, toothbrushes, and also fake teeth. He was very, very fond of toothbrushes. He really liked toothbrushes. So what he did now, he went into every neighborhood, went into their kitchen, their bathroom, and started collecting toothbrushes. Now these toothbrushes he came home back to the boy's house and he kept it on the top of a cupboard in a room. He started collecting many toothbrushes from different houses. Most of the neighbors were represented in our house by a toothbrush. That means many people, that is the neighbors, were very angry with this crow's behavior. Now that time when these toothbrushes were being stolen by the crow, the sales, that means the shopkeepers, were very happy because many people started coming and buying more and more toothbrush. So did grandmother's blood pressure. So as the sales rose, similarly the grandmother's blood pressure also rose because of this crow everyone was getting angry. Caesar spied on children going into Bania's shop and often managed to snatch sweets from them as they came out. That means whenever the crow Caesar used to sit near the window or near a tree, he used to always spy. Okay, he used to spy on children who used to go to a Bania shop, and anything they buy like sweets or anything to eat, that crow Caesar used to take it, snatch it from those children and run away. Now one more thing he was very liking. First one was the toothbrush. He really liked those toothbrushes and started collecting those toothbrushes. Now he started liking the cloth pegs, that is the cloth clips. Okay, when you dry clothes you put those clips, right? So now he started collecting those cloth pegs, and this also he went and kept on the top of the cupboard. Now anyone who used to dry their clothes, the crow used to just remove those clips and all the clothes used to fall down in the mud and become dirty. Now the neighbors became more angry, but still now nobody came and fought with the family. One time what happened, this crow went into a neighborhood and started destroying a bean plant, okay, a bean creeper in a garden. He was pecking and trying to destroy it. Okay, so while he was trying to play and do something with the bean plant in the garden, that there was a neighbor who came with a stick and hit the crow near the feet. Now this crow's leg broke. Okay, he got a very bad hit by the stick, so his leg broke. So this boy, he carried Caesar the crow, okay, as his head was hanging because he was feeling little unconscious. He got the hit very badly, and this crow never talked. He stopped talking because it was very painful for him. Now as days went by, he grew weaker and weaker, okay, and he did not even eat anything. Now on occasional basis, sometimes grandmother also gave him that wine, that plum wine, but nothing helped. But one morning Caesar was found dead on the sofa. Now they all were very sad because whatever he did, they all liked him from inside because he grew up there. So as he was dead, the entire family, the boy and grandmother, they dug a hole, okay, and placed the crow in there with all the toothbrushes and with all the things that he had stolen from the neighborhood, and closed that hole and buried him inside. And they were very sad that Caesar died very early because of his mischievous behavior. Otherwise he would have been happily been there in that place. So children, with this we complete with the explanation for this lesson. Thank you.